This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the new West Hazleton Police Station is officially opened. We have reaction next. Thanks for watching FYI, everyone. On SSPTV, I'm Ken Cara. Before we get to our West Hazleton story, Hazleton police are investigating a hit and run involving a school bus. It happened around 8:13 this morning as a silver SUV collided with a Hazleton area school district school bus near the 500 block of North Locust Street and then fled the scene. There was one student on the bus at the time and there was no injuries reported. Anyone with information is asked to call Hazleton Police by dialing 911. For years, the West Hazleton Police Department has struggled inside an antiquated and undersized police station, but that's no longer the case. Lisa Sugar reports.
It has been several years in the making, but today the borough of West Hazleton officially cut the ribbon on a new state-of-the-art police station.
Today's a very, very special day. Finally, we have our police station completed after 4 hard years.
West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt was all smiles as he thanked the many people who made this project a reality, from the state lawmakers who helped get gaming money to fund the project, to the Keystone Job Corps students who donated their time and talent for the renovations.
Working with Representative Toohill, we worked to secure gaming funds, the LSA funding for the community, over $450,000 to help contribute to this great project. Beautiful facility. Our police deserve it. They do an incredibly good job here in West Hazleton. It's a tough job. So having the resources, having the facility, having the technology that's invested in this building is wonderful. It's wonderful to be a part of a good, positive story in this community.
And it's great to see downtown Hazleton looking more beautiful than ever, and the police department having a real presence right here on Broad Street, right here on the main street, so people know, the police department's right there. There's new technology. It's a beautiful building, and it's important.
One of the great things about helping in the community, not only does the community benefit, but our students benefit too. They get the practical experience of working out in the field, where so often if they're on center, they're learning the basics, but practicing out in the field is wonderful. And even the experience today with meeting so many different folks and seeing how it impacts in the community, it's invaluable in their Job Corps experience.
The mayor also recognized a special anonymous donor, a guardian angel as he called him, who recently passed away.
He donated not only a police car with everything in it, fully equipped, all the technology. He donated another $10,000 for armored vests and hats and weapons. Plus, he donated $10,000 for this building to help pay it off.
The project transformed the former borough annex, which was no longer being used, into a state-of-the-art police station. Former Borough Councilman Bob Bugaiski wrote the grant that helped get this project underway.
It's just amazing how well this building was built. Of course, through years of neglect and not being used, but being on Broad Street and with the new Broad Street coming in, I really wanted to see this building used. And the police station was so cramped where they were at. So we figured that this would be a good start to get this building fixed.
West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio and members of his department were all smiles as they showed off their new home, which features many amenities not present in their old facility.
We have holding areas for prisoners. We have a vestibule, believe it or not, that's with bulletproof glass. That's a safety issue for the officers. The public can come in there. They could wait in a comfortable area. We have a dedicated interview room that audio and video records all of our interviews. We have a training area. We never had something like that before. We have an area you can bring the officers into. We can hold training courses now.
As you can see, this part of the building still remains unfinished. However, Chief Buglio tells us that will soon be remedied starting in May.
In the back portion of the police department, what's going to come there is we're going to expand our locker room. We're going to make that a bigger area. We're going to put a interview room is going to be moved to back there, and then up front will become an office for one of the officers. There's going to be a second holding cell put in. The bathroom will be remodeled, and there's going to be storage areas put in. So that's going to start hopefully May 1st.
While the building is impressive on the inside, it is the location in the borough that is just as important to Chief Buglio.
Being on Broad Street does a couple things. It makes us more inviting for the public to come into our police station. I think before we were off to the corner, we were off a side street, and I think people were kind of reluctant to come in. Now we're right on Broad Street. People are easier to come in. We're easily accessible. We are handicap accessible. We weren't handicap accessible before. So I think for the public, this is a big thing also, because now the presence of us being right on Broad Street.
In West Hazelton for FYI, I'm Lisa Sugart.
Thank you, Lisa. You can read more about the new police station in Kent Jackson's article in tomorrow's edition of the Hazelton Standard Speaker. Meanwhile, West Hazelton Borough Council has adopted its 2015 budget. The new spending plan includes a .9 mil hike in property taxes. The increase will help offset an increase in pension and insurance costs. The new spending plan totals $2.15 million. Well, because of the weather, tonight's performance of MPB Players program entitled Our Christmas Gift has been canceled. You can still see the Christmas pageant Sunday at 2 p.m. at Trinity Lutheran Church. And then that Sunday evening will also be a performance at 7:30 at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazelton. Fans of FYI, you know it's Dave Day, and Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, will join us in just a little bit to talk about the college football playoff and more. And coming up next, after this break, we'll preview the Second Friday celebration in downtown Hazelton. It's a holiday celebration featuring a horse-drawn carriage and Santa.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
What is Christmas or the holiday time without the ugly sweaters? We had to go purchase our ugly sweaters to be festive, okay? And we're with Tamara. It's Wednesday, and it's What's the Sense time. We're at my house.
Your beautiful home.
My beautiful home, and one thing about me is I get so nervous decorating because you're the decorator. She comes up with the vision. I just don't have it in me to think of how to decorate my house. And if you're like me at home, I'm sure you have a box that you go through for your Christmas decorations. And there's always those items that you kind of scurry around.
They're always, everybody has that box. It's like everything. Miscellaneous of everything.
Just
stuff, and you don't know where to use it, you don't know what to do with it, so we're just going to repurpose it.
All right, so first we got to talk about my selfie wall.
Janine's a self-aholic.
Yeah, we love it.
so I made her a selfie wall just to balance the room off.
And, just some garland and some little doodads here, and we were going to take our picture for you at the end to show you our selfie. Take one at home. I hope everyone has a selfie wall this holiday season with their ugly sweater,
and send them in to us.
Okay. Yeah, send them in to us. Okay, so let's talk about how you use the napkins.
Okay, I'll explain what I did.
Okay.
Janine usually has her tree in the bow window out front, and it just kind of gets squished in there, and you don't really get to see it. So what I did is I put the tree, as you walk in your home, you got to understand some people only just see the front of your home and your front door. Right. So it's very important when you have that front door,
you want them to see the tree first.
Right. So I pushed her tree out this year. She decorated it, but we put her tree a little bit off center of the room. That's why I put there, just to put something to balance it. You always want to balance your room. You can do whatever you want decorating, just balance it. That's
really neat, though. I would never think it's not in the center of the room. It's kind of off to the side. We were thinking about putting it in the center of the room, but there was just no room to walk then. Right. From there, I have my Christmas napkins, which obviously you know where to put those on the Christmas table. But Tamara did something really neat that we're going to show you. And she maneuvered, my furniture around and made this.
I took these Christmas hats she had in that box, and these
they were
napkins,
$1 each.
And I just made little volants out of it just to add some color to the window. I added some lights up top and just hung some Christmas cards. They're actually were in the box from last year, but still they're pretty, and they were sent from friends. She had a beautiful nativity set that
my mother-in-law
painted, hand painted, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And when I saw that in the box, and Mark her husband had said, we really never know where to stick it. I put this in here, just kind of laid the napkins over, just to give it a kind of a tablecloth look. and I displayed this. We didn't have a manger, and that's probably why you didn't have it set up.
Well, I have it set up, but it never looks this nice.
All I did was take a shoebox, mason shoebox, lined it with aluminum foil, and put the greens from the bottom of the tree that Mark cut off the bottom of the tree.
How neat
put
is
some
that?
lights through it, and this is also something that his mother had made, which is very pretty, and that should be displayed. So I just made that. Gives more. The room looks so much bigger.
The room looks very big, and we'll show the room full size once we clean up the floor for you. But this is really something that we love because you can use what you have, just be creative, even putting some ornaments along the drawers. I thought that was a cute idea too. But again, use what you have at home. If you have any questions, you can contact Tamara at your Facebook?
Yeah, on my Facebook. What's the sense?
All right. Next week, what are we decorating?
We're just going to do some more decorating and repurpose some things that I had.
Oh, neat. So join us here every Wednesday as we decorate for the holiday season.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Janine would lose an ugly sweater contest. I thought her sweater was quite nice. Well, we waited and waited, and eventually the snow showed up in our area. It was icy in spots, and we are still in a winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service until Thursday at 7 a.m. Plus, the Hazelton snow ban in the city is in effect until Saturday at 6 p.m. Now, here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, possibility of an inch of snow accumulating. This evening, our low will be 25 degrees on the extended forecast. Thursday, snow showers are likely mainly before 9 a.m. The accumulation of less than a half an inch of snow is possible. On Thursday night, a slight chance of snow showers before 8 p.m., the low of 24. Friday, another slight chance of snow showers, high of 32 at night. We'll get down to 25 as snow moves out of our area, and the weekend looks dry. Saturday, mostly cloudy, 32 the high at night, down to 23. Sunday, partly sunny, high of 34, above freezing, and Sunday night we'll get down to 26 degrees.
Well, hard to believe, but it's already the second Friday coming up this Friday in downtown Hazelton, and that means some big activities going on in the downtown, and it's all part of the second Friday made possible by the Downtown Hazelton Alliance for Progress, the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce, and Power. Krista Schneider is Executive Director of the Alliance. This is really taking on a lot of activity and a lot of steam that people are really getting involved, and it grows every month.
Yeah, the great thing is that more businesses are participating, more, restaurants, more organizations, and so people are getting familiar with it and wanting to participate. So that's good.
And this time it's going to be great because it's kind of like a Christmas theme, because this is the December version of Second Friday. So tell us what people can expect.
Well, we have a ton of different events and programs and promotions that are part of the Second Friday. Santa will be here. From 5 to 7, any families that want to have their pictures taken with Santa at the lobby of the Markle building, which is beautifully decorated. Santa will be there, and Mrs. Claus, from 5 to 7. Anybody who takes their kids there or gets their picture taken from Santa, they could get a 10% discount on their dinner menu or dinner bill at the Pines. There's also free meals being given to children at the Crystal Barbecue. People could pick up a coupon for that at Santa's workshop there. And we also have, the Chamber is actually sponsoring Cinderella carriage rides, horse-drawn carriage rides that'll start right on the corner of Broad and Laurel. And it's about a 10-minute ride. It's great for kids. Any kids that want to, experience that, it's free. All people have to do are bring in canned goods for donations to CEO.
Wow, that's a great idea. And I know, thinking back to when I was a child in the downtown, on a Friday night, you'd go down, the stores would be open. So it's kind of getting that way because more of the stores are opening up now to stay open for this.
Yeah, in fact, the Pines extended their hours. They're having music from 6 to 10, live entertainment there. Victoria's Candies is even open, staying open a little late for children's programs that are ending at the library, and then before they start the carriage ride. So if anybody wants to get chocolate, they could head over to Victoria's Candies and get their child a treat there. Some businesses are staying open later. Others are running promotions. We have about almost 24 businesses in the downtown, and about a dozen of those are restaurants that are offering special promotions for dinner meals.
And I saw, we were talking too, everybody sees Core Fitness here every Monday as part of our segment with Janine. You're getting 3 months of membership for the price of one.
Right. Yeah, there's discounts on gym memberships. There's discounts on, Angie Mandek has a new spa business, so she's offering half-price chair massages. You could get, discounts on, I believe SSPTV is running a promotion.
I was just going to say that. Isn't there a TV station that's involved in this?
For advertising, right. And there was a great article in the Standard Speaker about Polish pottery, and Melody Fuller, who owns Hair of the Dog, down on Broad Street, she's offering a sale on that. Shop 2 is open. So we have Elson, I think Elson Company Jewelers is even coming from a different location, from their own shop, to participate in their sale at the Shop 2. The museum, the Hazleton Historical Society Museum, is offering museum merchandise for sale at the Shop 2. So it's a great opportunity to shop local. Support, there's wonderful Christmas presents out there. Whether it be pottery, jewelry, even gift certificates for restaurants and such. So it's a great opportunity to kind of get your Christmas shopping done and have fun at the same time.
And now here's our midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The daily number 615, the big 4 5256, Quinto 23949, Treasure Hunt 9, 12, 13, 17, 29. Up next, Dave and I will tell you why Ohio State belongs in the college football playoff.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to another Dave Day on the Sportscast. Dave Seaman, the sports editor of the Standard Speaker, joins us once again. Dave, thank you for being here. Let's start locally. Paul Bruto, Marian Catholic girls basketball coach, gets his 500th win at Marian Catholic. And impressive over the weekend for the Phillies because they do have some injuries. They overcome all of that, have a younger team, and they win the Lord's Regional Tip-Off Tournament.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy tournament for the Phillies to win. Their pride, their tradition. Couple key returning players, and Ashley Fanek is one of those players, and they've had a lot of outstanding players over the years, and that tradition kind of carried on, and you kind of get something from that. Like, they go into a tournament expecting to win. They don't expect, their graduation losses or the lamenting injuries. Paul Bruto's always been to look at the present, and that's why it's been so successful.
How challenging and how important is coaching at the high school level when you are dealing with kids? Even at the college level, sometimes you say, these are only 18-year-old kids sometimes. High school, you always hear, you never know what's going to happen with kids these age.
Yeah, and it's true because it's not only 18-year-old kids, it's 15-year-old kids, and then mixing them every year, you're getting a whole new group of players every year. And to maintain that level of success as Coach Paul Bruto has over the years, it's a testament to him, the different assistant coaches that he's had through the years, and the players that have bought into his approach. Because from what I understand, it's not an easy coach to play for. He demands a lot of his players, but then again, their level of success speaks for itself. That they've kind of bought into what he's tried to preach, and it's been nothing but success for Shenandoah first, and now Marion too.
So 500 wins at Marian Catholic High School, over 600 total for Paul Bruto. All right, moving on to college football. Penn State finds out that they will play Boston College in the Pinstripe Bowl. And Dave, you said there's a lot of history there. And interesting for Penn State fans this year because you bring Maryland back, an old Eastern rival. You have Rutgers back on the schedule, and now Boston College.
Yeah, it's like we're going back into the 1970s and 80s here with Penn State, Boston College, Maryland, Rutgers, like you said. Penn State, Boston College, always a great matchup. Even when the Eagles weren't very good, it was always a competitive game for Penn State. Of course, a guy named Doug Flutie had a lot to do with that. I was fortunate enough to watch a lot of those games, and they were always exciting games because they were always one style. Penn State had the running game and the defense. Boston College was always a pass-happy team, and with Doug Flutie, and you never knew what to expect. But always excitement. That's for sure.
So Boston fans, you'll have to enjoy it at Yankee Stadium. And let's talk about the college football playoff to close out, Dave. And maybe I'm biased. I watch a lot of Big Ten football. I think Ohio State should be in. I've been floored. They went into that Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin. I thought they have their third-string quarterback in. I understand he still has to be talented, but there's no way they could possibly pull this off against Wisconsin, or at least Wisconsin will make a game of it. Honestly, I DVR'd it. I turned it off after the first quarter and a half because the game was over.
Yeah, I think Ohio State definitely proved that it belonged in the college football playoff over the course of a year. If you're looking objectively and over the course of the year, Ohio State was one of the 4 best teams in the country. A couple slips along the way against Virginia Tech early in the season. They were starting a new quarterback at that time. In his second game, J.T. Barrett was exposed a little bit, but they got better as the season progressed. Had a tough game against Penn State. Maybe shouldn't have won that game, but they did win the game on the road. Not an easy place to play. Against Indiana, they struggled a little bit. But again, you build momentum toward the end of the season, and the Buckeyes certainly have. With TCU and Baylor, the 2 teams that they overcame to take that 4th spot, it's tough because they're in a conference that doesn't have a playoff. Ohio State made a last impression, and obviously that resonated with the voters.
And Dave, to me, it is that human element that's there now, because just looking at Ohio State, my human instinct is this team has to be in there because of what I said, the adversity that they had to overcome to get there. All right, Dave, thanks for joining us again this week. High school basketball, winter sports in full swing, so we'll have a lot to talk about in the weeks ahead. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. One announcement for this evening. Happy birthday to John Kistler. Lots of love from Anne-Marie, Megan, Jeremy, Mary, and Sadie. Happy birthday, John, from all of us also at SSPTV. That's tonight's social news. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Bernadette M. Snap of Freeland. Memorial Mass will be held Saturday at 10:30 a.m. from the Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Friends may call beginning at 9 a.m. Johanna D. Wydock, formerly of Hazelton. Funeral is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Julia A. Kundrick, formerly of Hazelton. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. Dorothy A. Tenshaw, formerly of Delaware. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Holy Roman Catholic Church in Claymont, Delaware. Friends may call at the church from 10 to 11 a.m. Arrangements are by the Longwood Funeral Home. Jean M. Porter Engelhardt of Weatherly. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. in the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Clyde Daughter of Whitehaven. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the St. Paul's Lutheran Church. Friends may call at the church from 10 to 11 a.m. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Robert M. Veet Sr. of Hazelton. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Angeline Yankis of Latimer. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Good Shepherd Church. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. The Firo Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Joseph T. Tanner of Weatherly. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the Our Lady of Lourdes Church. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Turnbach Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Danielle Pisechnik of Barnesville. Danielle, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
I know you can't get enough of Dave Day. There's bonus Dave Day coverage right now at facebook.com/FYI News 13. We talk more about the matchup between Penn State and Boston College. We'll see you again tomorrow, everyone. Take it easy.